is pretty important. Being able to go there after your first drop spot gets taken is pretty integral to playing on this map in particular. So we'll see what kind of things these teams can pull out of the bag to kind of surprise us. Executes in the game with our favorite player, Mr. Zute himself. I've seen his Instagram stories. He's been working himself out, doing some press-ups on the fly. Now let's see how much he's been working out in game. See if he can bring that same kind of vigor to the lobby itself. But I'm really excited here. I mean, what we're looking at right now is BTR in Picardo, like Lee did say, and a very, very much northeast movement here, which is ridiculous. Like, no one's on this side.
The thing we said we were going to watch out for? Challenging in Picardo. Guess what's happened here, Blank? It's Konina Power. They've dropped on top of Bigetron. Currently still in the looting phase, but a couple of shots pop off and make things a little bit spicier.
A little bit spicy. They have the golden gun as well here. You got black-white with the glacier skin. God, I want that skin. I'll never have it, though. But, you know, Konina Power, this is not too bad for both these teams. Like, Picardo is quite easily split loot, as you have in between both these areas. Bigetron just on the north side of your screen at the moment, Konina Power happily on the south side. If they want to take a fight here, they can. I would say it would be ill-advised to potentially go out in a 15th or 16th place, because, you know, even if you take a fight right now and you win it, you potentially lose 1 or 2 players. We know that's not too much of an issue for Bigetron, where they win maps with 2 players on board on Miramar alone, but, you know, it does make things slightly harder. I know BTR do think that most things are on easy mode, and they might want to up the difficulty a little bit, but come on, it's the Global Championships. Let's take this seriously.
Be reasonable. Be reasonable, guys.
Please.
So far, though, the clash between the two teams in Picardo has gone a little bit, well, unchallenged, really, by either of these squads. Yeah. They are aware of each other's presence, but Picardo is big enough. They can just chill out and vibe. I'll tell you who can chill out and vibe as well. It's these guys in Los Leones. They're just sat there, A1, completely having the whole city to themselves. They're going to have hella loot.
They will be heavily lit up indeed, and there's a really nice little rotational path available to them all the way on that east coastal side. Just drive up there, past Impala, wherever you want to go. But really, right now, for these teams who did drop to the east, it's a little bit more of a blessing for themselves. This plane path was not kind in terms of the actual circle that we got on board. 4 AM immediately decided to head up to the north side of the map straight away. I'm happy with this movement again. What it feels like to me is 4 AM has got their heads screwed on very, very tightly at the moment, and they know exactly what they need to be doing and when they need to be doing it. So even though they did go out maybe not towards that top end last game, this is a team that I expect to continue doing very well within this lobby, just from the way I've seen them moving around the map.
He's got, you know what? He's got the read on it. He knows. I just see them moving around the map. I know how it's
a gut feeling.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully
they're like Actimel. It feels good in my stomach right now.
Yeah, fair enough. You know, lactobacillus casei rota, whatever it is, the probiotics.
Something like that.
Something like that.
The good stuff.
Sure, absolutely. Well, let's hope they've got plenty of the good stuff for the rest of this game. Navi down southwest, just to the north of Minas. Is that Minas Gerais? Down the south there. Valle de Mar as well for Zeus. They're going to be trying to push around, probably on that coastline. Maybe swinging out wide all the way past Impala, but it looks like Picardo's coming to a head.
Yeah, black-white, just peeking his way over the top side. You got Zuxi and Ryzen holding down below. So it looks like Konina Power do want to actually take this fight. The rest of the team is a little bit far away, but black-white, he's got a cheeky little position here, just ducking upwards and downwards to see if he can spot any members. Gonzo in the backside here, trying to look if he can find an angle. There's a really cheeky spot from black-white. He's going to drop the smoke down too to make sure no one sees him. And that's Bigetron just loosing off a few warning shots.
It is interesting that Konina Power look to take this fight, though. I'm surprised that we haven't seen just looting on split sides of Picardo and disengaging fully. It's such a crucial rotational point for the teams on the southwest, though, that maybe they want to have that control and get a couple of kill points.
So the northeast of here, you've kind of got this Valley of Death, really. And to be fair, both these teams, this is the easiest way into the circle for both of them. The longer you wait, though, on this fight, the harder it's going to be to traverse that Valley of Death where teams start to get set up. Already, though, Bigetron is laying the hurt down onto Konina Power.
They haven't managed to get the knock, and crucially, Konina Power have the off angles. However, it looks like they're not really even trying to leverage them, though, Blank.
I would just leave at this point.
It is a case where you don't want to take the rest of this fight unless you are actually going to peek from these windows. Because for me, we saw someone cooking a nade right in front of an open window, didn't get shot out.
No, right. I mean, Biluxi's all the way in the back here. Right now, it's just 3 players from Bigetron who is holding back the tide of Konina Power. If I'm Bigetron, though, I might just leave. I would just leave in this situation, try and get a more beneficial position towards Junkyard, underneath El Azahar, where you can sit on the hillsides for yourself. Let's take a quick look at the other teams, because we spent a little bit of time on this fight for the moment. I know it's a very crucial one, but we'll check back in a bit later. Right now, we have Abrupt Slayers coming up from the south side of this fight. And A1 will basically just about brush alongside Zeus, who is just coming up underneath Los Leones. Na'Vi, typical spot for them is Chumacera, slightly more difficult for them now, especially with the playing path dropping everyone towards the south side of the map. They've got a lot more teams that they have to rotate in towards. They've got to go through La Bandita, Graveyard, Junkyard, a lot of these open spaces to get into the map. And really, one of the most beneficial rotations for them would be go all the way to the east side. But you know a lot of other teams are going to be doing that too. Basically what I'm saying is that Na'Vi, they're going to be partying with a lot of other boys very, very shortly.
Very, very shortly indeed. Everyone's invited. On the western edge, you've got Team Secret Jin and the Unnamed currently out in the blue to the west of Opotso, just a little bit further north as well. And this cluster on the west is going to heat up. You've got RRQ as well, vying for position with Elites United team. Just out to the south of Crater Fields. Everyone on this western edge is going to have a tricky time.
They are, John. I completely agree with you. I mean, Digital Athletics, though, they've made their way to Al Azahar, just on the crest of that hillside. So they will have a nice little bit of a viewing point down towards Junkyard, down towards Minas Generales, where a lot of these teams will be trying to make their way in. 4 AM, they're also looking for high ground just underneath Tierra Bronca and Execute. They've made their way down from Tor Ahamada, and they've got a fairly decent spot here. I mean, really, it's not fairly decent in terms of late game, but right now, because there's a lot of ridge sides around their position, they can kind of duck upwards and downwards and just looking for that information early on. We know we talked already a lot about information. Futbolist, though, we have to talk about them in this match because they are now in, not playing last game, but this is the team from World League West that didn't actually make it into the EMEA qualifiers. They qualified purely from World League West winning it. We're not sure what happened to them, but things definitely went downhill. Now they have to reprove themselves in the Global Championships.
Yeah, it's a tricky spot for them. It feels to me like, you know, they really relied on super aggressive playstyle and the ability to just win fights by brute strength. And as teams have started to figure out how to play for 2, 3, 4 circles sometimes in advance, their power level has sort of dropped in comparison, because you can be as strong as you like, but it's all about that relative balance. And if some other teams are starting to figure out the gameplay style that you're using, you're employing, then all of a sudden you're going to have to change, and not necessarily for the better. Sometimes you do drop down a couple of places, but now they need to prove themselves yet again.
It's true. Elites United team trying to make their way in now for 7 just ahead of them. Also moving into the circle from the western side. There is a clear position for them to take up. You've got TSJ on the northwest edge too. But again, this lobby's feeling a lot like it's very much center dominated at the moment. A lot of teams just looking for those central positions, and that is a sign of a lot of strong teams. They all think that they can take the best spot and they can hold on to it very, very early on in the game. I'm happy to see it. I mean, it makes for very interesting games. One team that I'm surprised to have here, though.
Oh, hang on. I'll cut you off there, because Digital Athletics, they're pushing straight onto 4 Angry Men. They managed to find one, get the knock, and almost get the confirm here. I don't even know if they're going to be able to stop them from getting that confirmed. No, there he goes. Does take the knee, and there you go. Strong positions being taken, contested by a lot of different teams, and more damage being sent to 4 Angry Men. Oh, yeah. I mean, RRQ as well, taking shots onto Elites United team. 4 AM taking damage from Digital Athletics. I was going to quickly say that I'm very surprised to see Team Secret so central. This is the team that we know likes to play from the edge, slowly sneak their way in and just assassinate teams from the edge side of the circle itself. Here instead, they're no longer the assassin. They're more like the man with the machine gun, just like running out of the room. So I'm happy to see it. This is something switched up a little bit, and that's what we like to see, an evolution of team game play style. Say hello, the hello, my little friend. They're running straight into the middle.
That's you high, by the way.
Sorry?
Say hello to my little friend. It's you high.
It's you high. Yeah. He's going to kill you. I mean, maybe they were trying to avoid the ground, you know, just towards the south here between Graveyard and Junkyard, notoriously treacherous. So they've just pushed up a little bit further. Not only that, but they control the junction of the roads here, which means that they are going to be able to cross a little bit easier, a little bit faster than a lot of other teams.
Sorry, I was just laughing at Leeds United team name again. They've got very yummy and very good, which are going to be fun to do.
Very good, very yummy.
Very good, very yummy.
Well, very yummy's got a very yummy gun there, the M24,
Ooh,
especially in the open ground of Miramar, right? That's where you're going to see the snipers and the DMRs more.
Taking people's heads off, yeah, 100%. You peek out for more than 2 seconds. These players, they will immediately crack off a shot your way, and there's not much you can do about it. We got Team Seeker though, decent position again, just that scouting going through, and they have this 2-2 split on either side of the road. I really like this, but right now, it is A1 rocking up on top of the Mantoy. Has to get a knock here for it to work, so he can provide time for the rest of the team to move in.
It's actually Rex who manages to finish that one off. They get the confirm as well, so that's a kill. A1 Esports, not Alpha. A1 Esports lose a player early. They didn't have any backup on the push, but they have the off angle.
iShots is actually moving around very, very wide here. And I think A1 are kind of privy to this as they start to move out away from this area. Sinister also getting into the vehicle. Smokes are laid down, but can iShots get in position fast enough to capitalize?
It looks like A1 do want to disengage right now. It's not really going to be beneficial for them to continue this fight. The 2-2 split for Team Secret will continue. The circle shifts out to the western side.
And execute. They're holding nice and pretty here. Obviously, the position now is giving more contestants a little bit more hard to hold down because with a lot of compounds, what you can do is kind of isolate one part of the area for, like, for instance, the north or east, west side or south side. You can kind of isolate with those buildings. Right now, Execute has to look at all positions around them, which is why you can see them so clumped up. They need to protect one another's back. 4 AM, they're moving off to the north. There is a small compound that they're already heading to. I think they've spotted this one out, and that's where they rotate through as well. So they know that is generally clear of players right now.
Bigetron making their move on the western side. Pretty close to Abrupt Slayers as well, with Elite United team on their west. It's going to be a very tricky fight around Water Treatment.
Yeah, the water treatment is a very, very interesting area anyway. I mean, it dips so much inwards, so it's like a lot of fighting around the lip side. And if you are the team within water treatment, you're kind of like, oh, can you guys just take the fight between us and we'll just kind of sit in here and just close the lid. We're not here.
I came here to vibe and I plan on doing so. Please take your fights elsewhere.
Cease!
Oh dear. Well, the Abrupt Slayers looking to try and crack off a couple of shots towards Futbolist atop the hill. Currently in the circle on the southwestern side. This is above water treatment right now, and you can see how tricky that terrain is. This is the lips that you were talking about around the edge of this water treatment.
Just about sees a vehicle from the distance. Not really worth it taking too many shots on that one. I mean, you'd be basically praying for those bad boys to hit. It is Abrupt Slayers though. I think Joker's taking a little bit of damage. Lava's in though. The M24.
Nicely found, and at range. Not necessarily going to be confirmed. Okay, I'll take that back as Joker does fall. They do manage to...
Shut up, John.
Yeah, fair enough. You know what? With an M24, you can tell me to shut up. That's exactly what they're going to be able to do.
Loud enough.
Joker takes it down. And they're not done yet. They're checking out Secret Gin as well. Over towards... That's actually quite a far way away on the northern side of this fight.
Yeah, Team Secret Gin, not too happy about that one, but Futbolist is not letting up any parts of their position, but goddamn, we saw that western plane path, and now it's really starting to come effect now. There are so many teams all on this western side fighting around water treatment, making it so bloody awkward as well, John. So RRQ, though, this is a team that Max definitely predicted to be in the top 5, and rightly so. This is a very, very strong team. They've made it towards the top many, many times. Seriously experienced player with that fiery new player of Beer 11, who we've seen make some incredible clutches in the past.
I think he managed to get... It was the guy with the nades who managed to get that full squad wipe.
Yeah, the solo
backstab. That was phenomenal. That was on the clips in the opening little video there. That was part of it. Fantastic stuff from him. Able to get a lot of work done. But now the circle shifts relatively central. And look at that, Execute.
There is a compound down towards the south side, which is probably going to be hotly contested. Na'Vi can make a swing in, but they have to go through the fields to do it, so they will be fairly exposed as they make their move. Team Secret will see this, as well as Elite's United team, but a lot of these players are all held down by other teams watching them, so you don't want to take any shots too early. Team Secret, though, they're going to try and take this compound as fast as possible.
We're 16 minutes into the game, and there's 60 players alive right now, so I'm expecting this circle to be pretty hectic, and we're going to kick things off with Bigetron taking on the Abrupt Slayers. Unfortunately, Microboy falls first, and the Abrupt Slayers start off well. We'll see if they can continue to go in kind. Zeus as well, taking the fight on the off-angle. Leon. Oh, this is bold. Microboy's down. Luxie's low. Manages to take the fight and win it, though. Zuxi there to hold down his twin, and they're getting the res on Microboy. That was an interesting decision there from Abrupt Slayers.
This is Bigetron. You don't just rock up on Bigetron. Okay,
hang on a minute, maybe you do.
take that back. Heaven dropping grenades from the heavens itself.
Managed to land one, see if he can get more. 2 players left alive for the Abrupt Slayers. Bigetron, they're down to 2 as well. Zuxi and Ryzen. Certainly no small feat, but if there's one thing we know about Bigetron, so they can win Mirama's with 2 players. That's what they do. It's their specialty. The 2 players left alive, but they're heavily split right now. So they're basically solos at this stage until they regroup a little bit further. Yeah. Everybody's going to start to move in now, as we've lost 5 players in the last minute.
I think they gave a lot of, to be fair, they gave a lot of respect to the other teams, and they said that's what they would do coming into this map. Instead of heading through that valley to where Team Secret currently are, they opted to head west side up towards water treatment. It's fair play for them, but you know, I think this is a team with enough firepower that you can take some risky plays sometimes. That's Zeus, though, taking a couple of shots from 4 AM, and I believe that is them now, just with 1 single player remaining in Icy.
Yeah, Zeus not having the best of times, and that is going to be them finished off. Yep, first team to get eliminated here will be Zeus, but now Futbolist and RRQ are clashing from a range. Actually, that's the Unnamed with an opening now to try and push through, but unfortunately, G9 will stop them dead in their tracks. Konina Power as well, taking on A1 eSports. Rodini does not stop for anyone. You might be able to hold a ridgeline, but you will not stop that Micro Uzi just rolling you down. Black-White does take a knee, however, so Konina Power might just have to put the brakes on, pull back on the reins.
That's Jax there in the backside. You can see 4 AM off in the distance. It's Digitalist Athletics just following them around the map. There is a lovely little explosion coming from Jax, takes down Black-White. And Rob Dini will finish off Dante there, so that is that team now just with Jax remaining.
All that, the leap strike, able to drop the nade over the top there. Jax moving forwards, A1 with only 1. Might look to make it work. The spray there starts off well, takes down Robdini, re-angles, has the barrel at close range, difficult, swaps it out for the M4, can't reload in time. Ooh, and Axa takes him down. Gonzo does take a knee, but they'll be able to res. Alpha 7 now pushing in onto Team Secret Jin right now. Positions being contested pretty hotly to try and get themselves into the next circle, but GZ will just take down 1, take down 2, and it's Alpha 7 in tatters right now. GZ doesn't even go down. It's disaster here as Swagwin left solo player. They know exactly where he is, turns the corner, finds 1, low HP, sprays the door, looking for the pre-fire on the angle, but it's the other door you got to worry about.
That's going to go down. Cosmos dropping the entire galaxy on the head of Alpha 7, and they will be removed from this lobby for the time being. Axa still alive for Konina Power, but just barely. Digital Athletics, though, following 4 AM around the map, just maintaining control over them. This is so mean from Digital Athletics. Both games now in a row. Looking to make it happen, but Nexo comes through and it's right on top of Execute right now. They're in such a good position. They've not had to do too much, so they are banking on getting some good placement points. Remember, there's still 12 teams left in the lobby.
Well, not 4 Angry Men, though. They get eliminated down in 13th place. A really nice start for the rest of the teams looking for it, and the Unnamed on the western side as RRQ challenging, looking to try and move. They haven't moved from this spot for ages.
How did this happen, though? I saw so many kills coming from RRQ onto the team Unnamed, but somehow they brought it back. Beer 11, though! Oh, we were talking about the clutches, and this man pulls them out on a steaming hot plate.
Fantastic stuff, but he's only the last player alive for his squad. Drops the first aid, will try and sneak his way further. Futbolist will be in the way as they continue their push. They're leaving the mountaintop.
They are. They can make their way in. They will come against Team Secret Jin, though, John. Obviously, Team Secret Jin, they've just gone through a fight, and they're currently split. Futbolist can take advantage of this if they get eyes on quick enough. Digital Athletics, they have to make their way down from the north side. It's fairly clear, though, and it looks like Loverzin has spotted it. Na'Vi on the south side. This is going to be a big fight right now. You got Team Secret here, Na'Vi, Elites United, and the last remaining player from BTR, it is Zuxi.
Wow, okay, well, Team Secret taking heavy punishment right now. Zuxi does get eliminated. That's Bigetron down. Heavy hitters from the lobby falling. Only Na'Vi really as the big dogs left in this fight. Konina Power on the eastern side are down to 1. They're down to none now, though, as they do get knocked. And it's Team Secret looking to try and challenge out pretty much everyone. Team Secret Jin as well on the western side. And this fight on the south side starting to pop off now as Elite United team will try and stop Na'Vi.
If you're a Team Secret fan, you're really happy right now. Team Secret are showing a very fearsome face in this game. They are not scared, and that's how I really wanted Team Secret to start off the Global Championships. None of this staying right on the edge, maybe taking too long, maybe a little bit too passive. Here they're being aggressive and proactive. I'm loving seeing it. They certainly have the right players to make it happen too. 3
players left alive for Na'Vi. 3 kills so far. 9 teams remain on the western edge. It's Futbolist getting eliminated. Look at that. Beer 11 still out in the blue, still just trucking on, trying to rack up those placement points as they go. Futbolist have been eliminated. But now everybody else fighting for control of some of this next circle. Na'Vi low.
Na'Vi very low indeed. 2 down. That's very yummy there, getting a couple of yummy knocks onto Na'Vi, and then he just runs away. How rude of him.
He's the only player left for his squad, though, so in a pretty sticky situation. Old boy still yet to be rezzed. Tixi doesn't wait. He drops the smokes, maybe looking to set up for the push after the res, or just go in for it now, depending on when they want to move. Very yummy still, looking for the challenge. Might get a little lick of damage in, but has to hit the deck. Tixi now going aggressive, spots the player getting up, and that is Elite United eliminated. Na'Vi control the south, but they have to move fast.
Oh boy, trying to crawl back into the circle, but that's it for them. 2 players for Na'Vi remain, and over open field, this is so scary. Execute with a ridiculously good position. There is a beautiful shot going to Meklu too, so he is now down. Rex will finish that one off too. There's no cover for Na'Vi right now. Tixi tries he might. He won't be getting out of that one.
And there's Team Secret as well chiming in. This is an uncontestable spot for Kill Switch right now. He has such grand oversight over the terrain, and there is no way that anyone can push in without them knowing. It's such a strong push.
I talked about isolating angles. Right now, Execute control the entirety of the eastern side of this circle. No one is getting towards them. All they have to do now is look out to the west side. Team Secret is probably their biggest challenge going forward, but even they don't have a decent position, and Execute is holding down these buildings marvelously.
From PMCO to PMPL to PMGC, and now they're sat as kings of the castle in the Miramar game, their first game of this tournament. They are making their mark, and they're starting to look real strong here, Blank.
From PMGC to Cheeky Dinner.
Oh, God.
No, this is a good position from Execute. I'm really proud of them. I'm sure they got a lot of circle look going forward, but the fact of the matter is that we talk about it a lot, is that if you get circle look, you have to proactively take advantage of it, and that's what Execute is doing right now. They cleared their angles, they made sure that there was no team surrounding them, making sure they're not just hiding in this building, doing nothing of anything. Well, that's Kengzo now taking down Salim, so that will be now down to the 4 teams. Solk trying to make something happen, but hi boy. Too easy for him.
Down in 4th, though, Futbolists have a decent run here in their first game.
Oh, what the hell?
The nade bounced off the bonnet and just went a little bit too high. The damage radius. Yeah, it was a little bit crazy, unsure of itself, but it will not find the damage they were looking for. Team Secret now playing a 2-2 split across this open terrain, the driveway up to the compound that is currently being dominated by Execute, but the next circle comes in and it's a heavy western shift. Execute have to...
On Kill Switch, you have to hit those shots. That was a free knock there. If he'd made that happen, it would have been very difficult for Team Secret Jin to even get Kengzo back up, and it would be Cosmos down to 1. But they set their sights towards Team Secret, who are just playing over this ridge side right now. What they know they need is, which is why they still have these big, heavy weapons for range on board, is 1 knock. And there it is. Ice Shots opens it up. And I think Execute has moved a little bit too soon.
Good nades, though. That will be the suppressing force that they need. Zute looking to get his teammate back up before they make the next push. More smokes being dropped. Execute, remember, they've been in the compound for a long time. They're going to have plenty of smokes left to make this rotation. You can see just what they're doing, covering everything, keeping that nade suppression down as well. A nice bounce there, and Team Secret can't crest this ridge.
No, they can't. Killswitch takes a couple of shots from the distance there. Like you said, though, John, smokes are in high supply here for Execute. Now, Zute moving forward.
Ooh.
One peeks him. He goes down. That's a double. iShot's doing work here in this lobby. Matoy is next. And now it's just Fame Boys and Killswitch.
A huge Molotov sends them out wide, and they get 2 knocks for it. Team Secret playing this perfectly against Execute on the push. 3rd place, though, guaranteed, and 8 kills on the board. A high point scoring game already.
1 player remains now for Execute. This would be ridiculously awful for them if they go out in 3rd. They all but had this game in the bag from that compound they were able to stay in. Fame Boys just hiding for as long as possible. He has to wait for Team Secret Jin to go down. He has to hold them off, keep them at bay. That's 2!
He finds 2, and there's another knock as well onto the player on the other 2-2 split. Because of this split, Team Secret now coming a cropper, and it's a huge turn up for Fame Boys. He's going to move up into the deer hut, but he's been spotted. Secret Jin know he's there. He cannot stay for long.
That is the AWM in hand. That thing hits even the tip of
no.
it. No, don't look up like that. Fame Boys gets ice shots too, but it's Kengzo to drop his reign of terror from the top side.
Well, he got a little bit more than maybe he should have, but he will go out in 3rd. 9 kills now found for Team Secret, with only 2 teams remain. 2 players alive. They keep it going as well with 1 more. Only 1 left to find. It's Cosmos for Secret Jin. Behind the rock, crawling around, has got the ghillie. Steps up, looks for the fight. Beryl, close range. The crossfire is there. They make it happen.